Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Today we present you a Vuforia Chalk webinar. And my name is Joep van der Ven, and together with Stefan Vlaming, we will present you how Vuforia Chalk can add value for your business. Our company consists of 3 brands: Cut Corner, GPO Solutions, and Infinite Simulation Systems. We have over 750 customers from small companies to really big ones, and we are with 49 enthusiastic colleagues to help you achieve your goals and assist you in facing your challenges today. Only 30% of our revenue is software. The rest is providing our services and trainings to help the customer in the journey of digital transformation. With these 3 brands, we can help you from optimizing your designs to managing your CAD data and helping you connect your products to the industrial Internet of Things. So this is the first webinar in a series of webinars about augmented reality solutions. And today we will be focusing on remote assistance with the Vuforia Chalk app. This autumn we will have 3 other webinars. The next webinar will show you how you can use your CAD data to create an augmented reality experience. Then we will have a session on how to use such an AR experience and add IoT data to it. And finally, we will show you how you can set up trainings and keep your trainings up to date with Vuforia Expert Capture. So, digital disruption is the single biggest change facing organizations today. And our organization can help you and guide you through the digital transformation of your company. In industrial IoT and AR related cases, we do this by going through our discovery framework together with you. We want to make sure that we know which challenges you are facing today, how this impacts your business, and how we can help you to use this to create value for your company. Together with you, we will formulate these business opportunities and see how we can achieve your goals. So currently we see in the market that good experienced technicians are harder to find. The young, new, inexperienced technicians need to be guided and trained to close this big skill gap between the technicians. Products are becoming more and more complex, and for juniors it is harder to perform service on these complex machines. And at the same time, we live in a fast world where our customers want to be helped as fast as possible, and the first time fix rate becomes more important than ever. And maybe now more relevant than ever, we cannot always visit our customers. With the coronavirus, we see that service organizations have a hard time performing service on site. With augmented reality, you can remotely assist the customer on site to keep their business running. So AR can play a major role in facing these challenges today. And if we are talking about augmented reality, we offer various PTC solutions of Vuforia portfolio. We have Vuforia Expert Capture, a tool which is an efficient and fast way to capture expert knowledge and transfer it to inexperienced colleagues. We have Vuforia Studio. It's used to create an AR experience with your own CAD data, and where you can use your CAD data to create detailed instructions, for example, for assembly processes or going through a repair process. And furthermore, you can add live data to this digital representation. Then there is Vuforia Engine, and Vuforia Engine is currently the most used computer vision software for custom-made AR apps. And you probably all know the software without even knowing about it, because it's used in apps like Pokemon Go or the IKEA furniture app. But today we are going to focus on Vuforia Chalk. Vuforia Chalk is the software that is most accessible and remote expert guidance app on the market today. So let's show you what Vuforia Chalk can do for your business. Vuforia Chalk is a real-time remote assistance tool, which enables you to connect an expert in office with a service worker in the field, or even directly with the customer. Chalk can have different benefits for your business. It can help you to reduce your costs. Expert technicians can guide the customer remotely through simple fixes, which reduces the travel costs and decreases machine downtime. It can accelerate the training time of new, inexperienced technicians. Experts can remotely mentor them while they are performing their service, and they can capture the provided fixes as a later reference during their training. It can also improve the efficiency of the workforce. By looking over the shoulder of the customer or the technician, you can increase the first-time fix rate and decrease the mean time to repair. This all helps to improve the customer satisfaction because they are faster up and running again. And then we did not have discussed the impact of coronavirus yet. Remote assistance helps you as an organization to keep performing support and service without the need of visiting your customers on site. And now Stefan will take you through a demo of Vuforia Chalk.
So thank you, for the introduction. Let's take a look at the Vuforia Chalk itself and how everything works in the tool. I'm first gonna play a movie because it's due to technical issues. It's very hard to show this live. So let's have a look at this video. We did this, recorded this video last week at Fidomatic, a client of ours. Fidomatic specializes in the design and manufacturing of mechanical constructions and precision parts. They also do realizations of special mechanical machines. So thanks to Peter from Fidomatic for the recording and his time. This is a belt kind of machine where they transport parts around. So in this case, Joep is playing our expert. He had designed this machine and he knows most about it. He's sitting behind his desktop in Breda. I'm at the Fidomatic company and have an issue on how to tension this belt. For some of you, this issue is obvious, but I'm, for instance, new to the company and I have no experience at all. And you can see Joep drawing my attention to some parts, and he can make annotations on it. So he shows me what I have to do to tension that belt, and that I have to turn out that screw. That will follow in just a moment. That I have to turn this screw in that direction to tension the belt. And as a feedback, I know that as a second step, I draw in blue in just a moment. You'll see that happening. I draw, okay, then the shaft moves that direction, and this is the way to go. This was my view, what I viewed through the tablet. Now this is Joep's view. It's a little bit more comprehensive. This is a web-based solution, so you don't have to install anything. So that's also interesting, and you can see that he can make annotations on his side of the tool and guides me through that process of what I have to do. Now, we didn't record any audio. Of course, you can talk to each other at the same time and then give you verbal instructions in combination with the annotations that you put on your screen. Yeah. What you can also clearly see is that the annotations are made on the model. So, and that's also nice that it sticks to the model. So you see the annotation that I made, and he can put feedback on that. But in this case, I have enough information, and I can continue my work. So I'll end it here. I'll go back to the beginning and explain the technical side of it. So you see me starting up the tool. You have then a list of contacts of experts. These are now our colleagues, but that can be anybody. That list can be built externally as well. As a second step, so I'm calling Joep in this case, I can decide that I see his view or my view. So he can, maybe he has a machine as well that he can show some things on it. When he picks up the call, we already can talk. He does not see anything yet. I have to apply that he can see my view. Now what we are doing here is moving a little bit back and forth with the tablet. So the tablet can learn what area is, what the volumes are there. So he can see what is a flat surface, what is a vertical surface. And the tablet has to learn an idea of the environment that I'm pointing to. So when he has that in mind, it's not that building, it's not something that we see here, but it's in the back. The annotations are made on the model itself. So if you make an annotation, he sees the position of that annotation in the 3D world, and it stays there as well. Now you see my point of view. So he tells me zoom into that area. That's the case. So I have a little bit more detail. Okay, that's what I've done. And again, it's a screw that I have to extend to put a little bit more tension on the belt and to work for that. Start from there. So it's just by, you saw me before that, drawing with my hand on a tablet. That's easy. You can, the annotation fix automatically to that position. Here on Joep's view, it's a little bit more extended. Like I said, there on the right, you have a pause button that he can use. Otherwise, the image may be moving around all the time. So he can pause that, use that pause button, and then draw what he wants. When he's finished doing that, unpause or play. And so I see the annotation coming. I can give feedback on it. There's even a possibility to the button underneath that, the second to last button. There's even possibility to put on the tablet's LED light if you want to. Or change the color, that you can change coloring in the annotations to make more, give a little bit more contrast to what you're trying to explain. It's also, now we're in this case here, we focusing to the, oh, that was a little bit too fast. Just a moment, I will go back. He somehow jumped out of it. You can see that we can move around with the tablet as well. It's not focused to this certain area. We can move around anyhow we want. Then you see some arrows on the side of the screen where there are some annotations on the side or the top, wherever you put annotations in the 3D world. And so this is also handy. So you're not limited to that view. You're only limited to the space that you are in. Yeah. On the end, when you leave the session or you close the call, you have a possibility to view all the steps that you're taking. So from every time you make an annotation, he takes automatically a screenshot. So you have an overview of what is all happened, and you can review that. Note also here on the right top, you'll see that this is on a 4G connection. We did not use Wi-Fi, so and the connection is very fast and smooth without any issues. Yeah. And then you can also take those pictures and send them, print them, or use them as a guidance for other people, maybe. That is also a possibility. Yeah. So you have that bait on both sides again. So let's have a short look at the features and capabilities of Chalk. First of all, you have two types of licenses. First of all, a user license. This is set up that all the users that you connect to have the same email extension. So like in our case, that would be @katcorner.be. So it's an intercompany tool that you can use to connect to your technicians, etc. The host version is a little bit more comprehensive. You have 5 connections at the same time. And so multiple people can use it, but only with 5 connections at the same time. And you can connect to anyone inside or outside the company or your organization, even end clients or private persons. This is all possible. The app end user, so like I was here in with the tablet, that's a free app to install. So just go to the App Store or the Play Store to download it, and that is free of charge. It's a connection that the company has to set up. Recently added, but already seen, is now also the Chalk for desktop, where you have some multiple possibilities, and that's not that. That is pretty recent and also interesting to work with. Today only limited to the host license. Maybe that's changing, we don't know. There's also a function for when the connection is a little bit poor. You see here a warning on top of your tablet or your smartphone. So it first gives you a warning, and then you can press the timing button. So he starts sending lesser images or lesser frame rates. So you still get a good quality image sent across, but less images per second, and that's the idea. And the session summary. This is also interesting for further reference or later reference that you can work with, or maybe inform other colleagues about that issue that you have and how you have to solve it. There's also a management tool, so that you can see who uses it, right? When, how much, how long do they call, and this is also interesting, so that you maybe can learn about it, who uses it a lot, who doesn't use it, so maybe help those people in that tool, or somebody that calls a lot maybe needs some more coaching or mentoring. That's also a possibility. So coming in 2020, still coming in 2020. This is a list of all new things. The first 2 you'll see are already implemented. Note that Chalk is worked on very hard, so it's still evolving. We see monthly new features and improvements about in this tool. I find item 8 and the document sharing very interesting. I hope that comes soon, that you can send a PDF or a screenshot of Creo maybe and help customers that way, or service technicians that way. And item 11 is also, I hope that it comes fast, that you use arrows instead of drawing it yourself. So that's the future. This would also be very interesting. It was also in the list that you have the possibility to work with Realwear devices, or maybe in the future then still other devices, And so it's the same idea. In the device, there's a camera in there. You, as an expert, you see what is happening. The only difference is that you make an annotation and you send that image. So the user, he has his hands free, but on the little screen in front of his eyes, he sees the annotation that the expert makes. So, and then we'll send multiple images to get the instruction done. I bring everything together, like Joep already a little bit said. Chalk can easily reduce your operational costs if you have an instant and accurate information to solve or help a technician. That can only be time and of course money saving. And imagine that this tool save you a few flights per year per service technician. That has a big impact on a financial impact, of course. It's also accelerating training and getting junior service engineers faster to work, because they have now the expert remote mentoring behind them. They can use the tool, and they also have the confidence that they can call somebody who explains it and visually explains it what the issue is and how to solve it. Yeah. On the other hand, for more experienced service technicians, this can also be interesting, because products are becoming more complex and diverse. Maybe they did not see that version of the machine, or something has changed that they are not aware of. And this also improves the workforce efficiency and the first-time fix rate, and this again saves money, which makes clients happy. Or maybe due to COVID-19, it's the only way to support your clients. It's if there are companies or countries that are in red these days, it's hard to travel there, let alone that you send a service technician over there and he has to be put 14 days into quarantine. That is also very expensive. So, are there any questions?
Yes, Stefan, I saw some questions coming in. One is, does Chalk run on Android devices?
Yes, it does. There's only a small limitation, and that's a little bit depending on how old the device is. If it's a pretty old, it's less likely to scan the environment, and if the environment scan does not work, the tool will then not work either. But this is only on older devices. Apple is in this case a little bit more stable, and they update older devices longer than Google does. Any other questions?
Yeah, I saw a question coming in. Why not use a traditional app like FaceTime or Skype?
What I hear a lot is that people try to use that by phone. Of course, it makes it clear that you don't see, then it goes a discussion, you have to move that blue wire, which blue wire, there are 10 here. With our tool, you can put a line or an annotation to that line. To that wire, and that's the same with Skype or FaceTime. You are not possible to make annotations, so it takes you a little bit longer to do the same functionality, and of course you cannot share the images backwards. Note also that an app like FaceTime is not really fit for company use. I don't know exactly the use limitations in that, but this is also something that you have to be aware of.
Okay, I think the rest of the questions, we will answer them directly to our customers and give them a call.
Okay, so we shown it on the beginning. Now the Vuforia Chalk webinar you have seen. We would like to invite you to the other ones as well. The next one is coming up is Cut2 AR, and how to make augmented realities experiences from based on your CAD models. So with this, I would like to thank you. If you have any further questions or want more information, please do contact us. I thank you very much for your time. Thank you, Joep, also for the first part of the presentation. Thank you. Bye.